Hey, g'day, aloha, and hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, evening, middle of the day, middle of the night, whenever you are. We're excited for you to join us on our adventures in Wildemount. I am Alana, I am your DM, and I'm joined by my wonderful cast of players who shall introduce themselves, starting with Nico.
Hello, everyone. I am Nico. I play Hikari, the pallid ass-kicking monk. However, I got to witness the true ass-kicking last episode with Solace laying down that can of whoop ass on everyone. And so now I'm just excited to continue and see what happens after that.
Excellent. We are joined by the aforementioned can of whoop ass opening, Maya.
Hello, I'm the Count of Whoop-Ass. My name's Maya. I play Solace.
It's a bit of a janky transition.
Rob.
And that was good. That was great.
I thought it was good. My name's Maya. I play Solace. She's probably fine right now, mentally speaking.
Ooh.
Oh,
Probably.
dear.
That's the best modifier to use for your mental health. And we are joined, of course, by Kiralee.
Hello, I'm Kiralee. I play a total warlock, which in my tweet for today I said a total warlock, which I think is also
Sweet.
good. Her name's Geema, and she was like paralyzed for all of that game, and just had dark internal thoughts of revenge, and I'm feeling very positive about the potential of us getting to the bottom of this mystery.
We're all a lovely ball of happiness as we begin this adventure.
But I also really quickly have to let my dog in. She's
Do
crying.
it. Do it.
B.
Yes. Dogs before dice.
Yes, always. That's
Excellent.
a good saying.
So,
Sorry.
but yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. We've got a quick couple of little announcements before we jump into the game. We want to shout out our social media links. So if you don't follow us on Twitter or on Instagram, please do. It's a great place to kind of keep up to date with what we're doing. We occasionally post clips when I get around to it. But yeah, follow our social medias to keep up to date with when we are streaming. And yeah. Hey, also check out our Discord. So our Discord is the Hit Dice Heroes Discord, and it is a pretty chill place if you just want to hang out, chat with some other almost said critters, that's incorrect. Chat with some other fans of the show, just talk. Oh god, this is a real bad one today, guys.
I was thinking our Discord functions like a notice board, really.
A little
it's
bit,
not
yeah.
like a normal Discord. There isn't like a huge like conversation where you don't know if you can get into that causes anxiety.
Yeah,
Kind of like I prefer. Yeah.
Just if we cross people's mind, they jump on, they say a thing, then they're gone.
Yeah.
And then we jump on and we respond, and then they come back. And that's like a week's worth of stuff. And so if that's what you're into, you should come hang out.
Yeah, it's a very chill place. You can ask questions about the show, you can just check in, see how people are doing. It's pretty good. It's very good. You should definitely join.
It also tells you when we go
Fantastic,
live, right?
perhaps.
Yeah, it does
It's
send
true.
out a notification when we go live. But you can also do that on Twitch if you follow and click the little bell button. I don't know if that's how that works. Nailing it. So, thirdly, you should also check out our other podcasts. If you are a fan of Critical Role and a critter like us, we met through Critical Role, you should check out our What the Sheet podcast. It's our after show Critical Role discussion podcast hosted on Nico's YouTube channel. It's a lot of fun. If you're keeping up to date with the show, with EXU, things like that, we get on, we talk about it, we break it down, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So you should definitely check out What the Sheet if you haven't already. I'm gonna post that one there, I think.
It's very cathartic.
Don't have a Nightbot command for that one yet, but it is on Nico's channel, so you can check that out there. It is very cathartic, talking about the episodes and breaking it down with like-minded folk.
Yeah. Some of my favorite moments were of those, like the last 2 or 3 episodes of
goodness.
campaign 2.
Yeah.
Those were some wild discussions. It was really good.
Yeah, you get to hear our wonderful theories that are almost always correct, and yeah, it's a good time. Alright, we want to shout out, as always, our incredible character artist, Rysaie Arts. You see her beautiful art here on the screen right now. Incredible artist. Please go check her out. She is a joy, and we love her. Yeah. And then finally, one last thing I wanted to mention just before we jump into it. I've recently been given access to more control with our audio podcast, so I upload the audio podcast, but I've been able to find some bits and pieces from the different streaming services that we get, and I want to give a huge shout out to the wonderful people through Apple Podcasts who have rated and reviewed our show. So there's a small handful of people that have rated and left a review, and I just want to say thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated.
Wait, can we hear a review?
Oh god, I should have had that ready. Yeah, give me a second and I can bring up a review.
Yeah.
But
wait,
yeah,
should
how
we
have you
go
guys
review
been?
our own podcast? Probably a good idea.
Is it allowed? Is it allowed?
I don't know.
I don't know.
As
But-
long as they don't find out.
Okay, here's
Everything's
one.
legal if you don't get caught. I
Oh,
shouldn't be
dear.
saying that.
Oh god, wait.
I take it back. I'm sorry.
This
Oh
is
no.
this is either a really new review or a slightly older review because I can't tell which way the date is working on this one. But
Good.
shout out to Chloe65 who said, "Lovely show, great time, love the players, 5 stars."
Aww.
So no, seriously,
you, Chloe.
that made my day when I saw that. So thank you so much. Thank you to all the people that do kind of share the show and leave comments on our YouTube videos. I sometimes don't see them straight away, but I do read them all and I share them with these guys when they come up. It's really greatly appreciated, and we love you guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate having to share with.
Yeah. But yeah, that is that. I think it's time, unless there's any other announcements, for us to jump in. Nope. Cool. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
So, a recap. I realized I should have said what I'm doing. A recap of chapter 20. Last session, we saw our halfling barbarian Solace come face to face with a deadly aberrant creature. With her compatriots Hikari and Geema petrified solid, she was forced to face the creature alone. Following taunts from Gruzman, the gnome master of the pit, Solace took aim and brought him into the fight with herself and the creature. However, she soon learnt that he had some strange control over the beast and was able to threaten his way out of the fight. Despite the overwhelming odds, Solace reigned supreme and defeated the creature. As Gruzman planned to inundate Solace once more, she climbed the balcony of the pit and found herself face to face with him. Not one to be caught so easily, Gruzman fled through a tunnel with Solace following in tow. Eventually, Solace cornered Gruzman in his office, and after dispatching some guards with the help of a strange cleric and some moorbounders, Solace was able to find a moment's peace as she and the cleric restored Hikari and Geema to their normal selves. And that is where we find ourselves now. So, Solace, you have trussed up Gruzman. He has been tied up and left on the balcony. You asked Vickers to stay put, and you find yourself now here in this pit. Hikari and Geema, you guys have returned to your regular semblance of life, and yeah, what would you guys like to do?
It's kind of like taking it in. The audience is gone, right?
Yeah, majority, like pretty much everyone's gone. It's just you guys, the cleric, Vickers, and Gruzman now in this pit.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I'm a little confused as well.
I'm just like looking at Solace, trying to like get a read.
You can
What
make
do we
an-
need to do?
You can make an insight check if you like on Solace.
It's bad. It's not good insight. It's like a 6.
A 6? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, you do see that Solace is quite bloodied up and has quite a few like cuts and scratches all over her body, and is now kind of just staring into the sand a bit. But yeah, that is what you don't really pick up too much from what she's feeling.
Well,
Brisbane's up there. And she turns around and walks out to where Grismond is.
Yep. As you're approaching him, you see he's kind of like he's trying to escape. And
Is he? I thought I knocked him out.
No, you got a natural 20 on the binding, but he's like, I don't think you knocked him out.
Thought I did, because I remember specifically saying I was gonna do non-lethal damage because you said I had done enough to take him out.
Okay. Yes, no.
I'm sorry.
No,
I swear that's what happened.
Yeah, okay, then he's not trying to escape.
Okay.
He's slumped up against the wall. As
Because
he's...
for a second
he's trying to get out.
For a second, only reason why I remember is because I wasn't sure if I was gonna kill him or not for a second there, and then I decided. So
yeah, for sure.
There he is.
Yeah, in his dreams, he's escaping. So he's like,
yeah, slippery fucking bat.
Yeah.
I follow Solace and just kind of like, I'm just like fully taking her lead. So I'm like, I'm doing that thing where it's not like my personality, but I'm looking like big and angry. I'm like, and I work out if somebody else needs to be. I'm like, yeah.
You're the front man behind Maya at the moment. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm staring daggers at an unconscious body.
He feels it.
Good.
Hikari, anything you'd like to do?
I'm mainly piecing it all together in my head, seeing the killed beast, Grosman passed out on the ground, the lack of patrons in the area. Hikari's starting to piece together what might have happened and the situation that they're in, and just looks to Solace and Geema and says, well, I think our plans might have been sped up a little bit, but we did come here to do something, is to prove ourselves, get information.
I think
it's time we talked to the big man.
I'm gonna sit down next to Vickers.
Yeah. He's kind of just still sitting there, like his legs crossed slightly, his hands crossed on his lap, just staring into the pit. Kind of hyper focused on like the creature that's in the pit, which at this point too the cleric is walking up and is kind of like examining and just checking it out as well. And he's just sitting there kind of very quietly.
He got beat to shit, didn't he?
Who?
Grosman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you alright, Solace? You look a little worse for wear right now.
Oh yeah. Just some blood loss. I'm fine.
Okay. I'm gonna scan the balcony where Vickers was watching us. Is he still there?
Yeah, so Vickers is still sitting in his couch. You see, because the way it's kind of set up, it's a bit of a small balcony. So at this point, we've got Solace and Geema kind of standing there with Grusman pushed up against the side. And if you're still a bit more towards in the pit, Hikari, you see Vickers there at the edge of the balcony looking down into the pit. But he's kind of just like, just staring. There's no kind of recognition, there's no kind of expectation. They are just sitting quite comfortably, but just sitting.
Okay.
Solace, what's the deal?
We came here for information.
Yeah.
Vickers is there. Other guys there. Have at it. I'm not the talking one.
Well.
Feels weird to me. Guys, this is a weird energy. It's a weird energy. Geema's starting to freak out. She's like, this is weird. Why is Vickers smiling? Vickers, you're weird.
Yeah, I think it's time we got some answers.
Yeah, he kind of just turns and smiles and nods at you, Geema, as you say that, and then turns back to the pit.
Solace, I don't lie. I think I might have to kill him.
Okay.
Hikari will take out their kunai and sort of just do like little flourishes in their hand Be like, what do you say, Vickers? How about we have a conversation?
And he directs his attention towards you. He's like, and then the fights. Then you'll fight, yes?
What do you mean?
He doesn't seem to care much about anything besides the animals and the fights, from what I've seen.
Can I clock Vickers and like his like what is his deal? Like can I get a sense of character?
I'll say
Can I make
you can do an insight check with advantage because Solace has kind of given you a little bit of her reading
Okay.
of Vickers.
So we've got okay, that's pretty good.
Although
So I'll take that 24.
you already have advantage on insight, don't you?
I do.
Damn it. Yeah. 24. Wow. You kind of like front up to Vickers a bit, and you're speaking to him, and as he turns and begins speaking to you, there's kind of a emptiness to his eyes a bit. He looks like he's looking at you, but he doesn't really make a connection with your eyes. It's like there's some kind of disconnect between how he's speaking to you and how he's actually like presenting himself. You get the sense that perhaps, as Solace said, he's a little one-minded. He's a little focused on other things. You don't necessarily get any kind of aggressive sense from him. He's just happy to be sitting and asking about if there's going to be any more fights.
He's just happy to be here.
Yeah.
All right, I'll humor you, Vickers. We'll ask you a few questions and we'll see what we can do about fighting.
Oh, good. Good. Where are the kitties? And he starts like looking around confused.
They're back in the cage, huggers.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Now, there's a few things that we need to talk about. Maybe we should do it up by you.
So you can climb up to him if you like.
Yeah. And I would gesture for Geema and Solace to follow
We're
if they
already
are.
up there?
Yeah,
Willing.
they're already up there.
Oh, they're already up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm up there now too.
As we sort of like leave Guzman a little bit and cluster a bit more towards Vickers, I like go into my shell and I bring out like a piece of cloth or something.
Yeah.
No, I don't go into my shell. I just get into
You
my
reach.
Yeah.
shell, out of my shell. I like piece of cloth, and I just sort of like underhandedly just handle this. I'm just like, and I like hand it to her. And then I look at her. And I'm just like, you did good. We'll talk, but you did good. Let's get to the end of this. Clean up.
Just gotta,
Yeah. You kind of like put the handkerchief on your face and like a version of your face seeps through. Like from sweat and dirt and blood. It's just like you got like a face scan.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But yeah, you guys all approach. You see, yeah, Guzman is trussed up in the corner, kind of pushed off to the side. Vickers is just sitting there. And you guys can say what you like.
Is there like other chairs in this area?
There are 2 chairs. So it's a small. I can bring up the map again if you'd like to see how it looks. There is a small kind of seating area. Let me just bring up the map here for myself. There's this kind of small seating area where Guzman is kind of here, thrown up in the corner. You guys, I haven't unpetrified you guys yet, so don't panic. You guys are kind of, it's a bit of a tight space, but this is a pretty low, you can't see what I'm pointing at. This is a pretty low wall here. It's about a 15 by 20 foot space. So you guys can all crowd around there. There's space on the seat next to Vickers, and then there's Guzman's seat. Solace, I imagine you're kind of hanging back just a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna be in like the back corner
Yeah.
behind Vickers.
Yeah, you can kind of be up here on this seat, back here. Yeah, so it's a bit of a small space.
Just before, like, just as I'm sensing Hikari sort of start to say, like, they were saying, yeah, we can fight. Like, I sense that change in tact, like, that you've taken, and I just step beside and I look at Vickers and I, like, sort of reach into my magic, which is like a fey presence.
Yeah.
And like I radiate. I imagine it makes me look a bit like I don't know, like meeting a fey being just slightly. And so I just irradiate this, like, you want to do right by me. You, like, we're friends. This is fine. And I want to try and charm
Yep. Are you using the charm spell?
No, I have. It's called Fey. It's a trait. It's Fey
Right.
Presence. So it's a 14, DC 14 saving throw. What type of saving throw is it, Kiralee?
Just check the wording on it. I'm sure you have, but is it
On charm?
Is it creature or beast?
It says creature.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. What's the save?
DC 14 saving throw. I assume it's a wisdom saving throw, but I don't think it says. I'm trying to find it. Hang on.
Let me just bring it up.
Oh, wisdom save. Yeah.
Okay. Wisdom save. All right. Sorry. Let me just bring this up. He rolled a 10 anyway, so he's not gonna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So he kind of he becomes charmed by you. Make an Arcana check for me too, just as a free action.
Ooh. I rolled good enough to look up what my what I actually have for Arcana. 19.
19. You kind of, even though like you feel the charm take hold, you kind of get the sense that like a fey presence isn't necessarily a strong influence on this guy, but it still does take hold. Yeah, so you effectively have him charmed, and he kind of turns and smiles at you, and kind of just nods. It's like, oh, hello.
And I kind of, a bit with an edge to my voice, I go, Hikari, look, I made a friend. What do we need to know?
We need to know a lot of things, and this all depends on how cooperative you're feeling today. And on that final syllable of today, I'm gonna slam down my kunai and like stab it into the couch next to him.
Yeah.
In just a very aggressive manner.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, we've got a good cop, bad cop thing happening now.
I am not. Am I? Is this with advantage or just a straight intimidation?
Intimidate. It's a. So the charm allows like advantage of charisma checks against the creature, but it's from the creature that made the spell. So,
Gotcha.
I'll say
Okay.
because Geema's backing up, you can have advantage on it. Not necessarily because of the charm.
The first one wasn't too bad actually. Okay, I have a -1 for intimidation, but I got a 15 total.
Yeah.
Nice.
You slam the kunai into the seat next to him. There's no reaction until he kind of like starts reaching out and he starts like running his finger along the blade.
The vibe is bad.
Pretty blade.
Now, what can you tell us about the mysterious disappearances that have been happening? The strange wounds that have been cropping up on these bodies of the missing people. Talks of a strange creature moving in the shadows, perhaps smuggled through.
You see, he is listening to you now, almost like you get the sense that the effect of the charm is causing him to kind of focus his attention, and he's listening, and then, as you say, like the disappearing people, he like, kind of looks to the empty seats all around him. He's like, they did disappear, but they'll be back. They come back. They always come back. And
I
then
don't think these ones are.
The fights can continue. I do love the fights. As you're having this conversation too, you you hear the cleric from down in the pit shout out and say like, how much do you think I could get for this? And he's holding the hand of the creature with like the claws. He's cut it off and he's like, this is probably worth a bit, don't you think? Maybe.
Yeah, Ace just gives like, he sticks her thumbs up like
Just-
up so that you can see
over
it.
the balcony.
Just over the
But you see, like, he's holding up and he's quite pleased with himself and he's like, oh, I wouldn't bother talking to him. He's not really much of a talker.
Okay.
What? Can you come over here, please?
Do you want me over there? You've
Yes.
kind of already he throws the hand over his shoulder. It's like, fine, I guess. What else am I going to do? You've already taken away my place of work.
Your place of
Geema.
work was
It's fine. I don't mean to be so snarky.
Has Vickers always been like this? Not much of a talker.
Oh, for the times that I've been here, yes.
How long have you been here?
Oh, about a month and a half. Look, I see where this is going. I just want to stress that it's not my choice to be here. So I understand if you think, oh no, they trapped me in a pit. I'm not the one to blame for it, okay?
Yeah, he
No,
helped me
Yeah.
too. So
Just getting that
Okay.
out there right now, okay? I'm not the one that trapped you in the pit.
Okay, but
Yes.
same question.
Yes.
This Hikari's question about the disappearing people, the strange wounds, the weird creature that's out there killing strong things. Is this fighting pit a front for something? Give us
Is it a front? Yes, very
anything.
good. Yeah, of course it's a front. Every place in the city is a front for something else. Are you kidding me? Of course it is.
Yeah.
You're just figuring this out now. This city sucks. Yes.
We haven't been here
He
too
looks at Solace as she's kind of grimacing a bit. She's like, yes, it is a front. Look, I'm not that involved. I was hired to be the one to patch up people when they got in the fight, and I don't know why it turned so sourly for you guys. Normally, this one, and he points to Grisman, will at least let people heal up and leave, but he seemed to have it out for you guys.
so he doesn't normally paralyze half of the party
No!
and then
What's the
release
point
an
of-
extra.
What's the point of paralyzing your fighters if you can't use your fighters? Like, why would... Look, I don't pretend to know what he's thinking half the time. I try not to get into his mindset.
Valid.
Look, it's not a great place you found yourself in. I think that's pretty obvious. But if we can, speed this up a bit and then we can get out of here, that'd be pretty great too.
what's under the shed.
Under the shed.
The shed.
One that's just outside
See
the.
if he knows. He's like, there's a lot of sheds around here. I don't really know what you're talking about.
What is the fighting ring a front for?
Oh, I mean, well, it's beast fighting. It's not strictly legal in the city. He brings in fancy animals and they fight fancy people and
I stopped listening to him halfway through, and I turned to Solace, and I grab her arm to sort of get her full attention, and I'm like, we're gonna have to question Guzman. Maybe not here, but it seems like
That's why I left him alive.
yeah,
Figured we'd need to.
yeah. But maybe we should take him to somewhere that he won't be able to escape. Maybe the
A good idea.
The lady
He is
person
slippery. The who?
starts with a V, maybe. Hang on.
Valos?
Alos.
The drow lady?
Yeah, Valos.
Vala. Maybe we take him there.
Alright. Whatever you think is best. But he's got a lot of he ran down a tunnel, he ran over there, he didn't stop running. I smashed his kneecaps and he kept running. So
she did. You see the
You have a
cleric's laughing
fan.
to himself. It's pretty cool.
Now, V, I have a couple more. Can I call you V? Is that fine?
Is this the Vickers?
Vickers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, he's just smiling at you. It's just like,
Do you know an Anders Menino?
Anders is a good boy.
He is the owner of the gem shop,
He's a
the fancy merchant.
very, very fancy, very good boy.
What kind of business do you do with Anders?
Pretty things. He supplies the pretty things.
And is that
On
all?
my birthday, he gave me a very pretty thing.
What did he give you? Show us. Fashion show. Fashion show.
You see, because he's getting kind of excited by Geema kind of getting excited. He's just like,
I like it.
I don't have it anymore.
Oh, what happened to it?
And he kind of points at the creature in the pit.
Hey, did just come out of Jules? Vickers?
Pretty things.
Oh, wait, are the creatures the pretty things?
Yes, pretty. Do you have pretty?
And what
things?
happens?
So Anne applies the...
What happens if these pretty things get out?
You see, he as the charm begins to fade because it's only lasts for a minute. You see that like he kind of is looking around a bit. It's like, fight? Going to fight? No.
Probably no more fights tonight, Vickers. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Where do you...
Good night. And he starts getting up, starts standing up, and is kind of making his way past it. And you see, this guy is a fairly short tiefling, and he is thin. He's a very thin, very old tiefling. Potentially the oldest you've ever seen. Quite gaunt with super long white hair, but kind of gets up quite lively and then starts like putting the hands together and starts making their way towards the door. Good night. Good night. And he's also gesturing towards like the seats where the elites were sitting, but no one's there. He's like, good night. Good night.
Oh dear.
Are we gonna let him walk away?
I think so. I go up and I just tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, Vickers, there's just for tomorrow, or other days, there's really good fights at I tell him about the other fighting ring.
The impact fighting.
Oh, the impact fighting ring, and it's extra cool because in the middle there's like a asteroid that hit, and it's really there's a big rock, and it's really cool, and you should go there.
Good night.
Okay, good night. I tried. Bye.
He's starting to shuffle off. It's up to you what you do with that. But you see once again the clerics just kind of like go like, oh my god, I can't with that guy.
Okay. So I currently have a working theory on what might be going on here.
Mm.
And we'll have to wait for
Hikari say that?
Grossman. Yeah.
Okay.
We might need to wait for Grossman to come to confirm some of these. So obviously there's some
Probably wake him
connection
up.
with. Yeah, I mean if we're able to wake him up. But we should probably wait till we're in an isolated area.
I don't think we should wake him up in his
Right.
habitat, so to speak. Should we go looking for evidence? Solace, you said there were tunnels?
There's
Is
a tunnel
there-
behind that, underneath those antlers.
Yeah, and you look
It
and you can
was,
see there is like a false door there that kind of opens up to what appears to be a stone tunnel.
I killed the frog. I climbed up the balcony. He ran down there. I chased him. He went to his office.
It was hectic. It lasted like a few minutes, and she did it. Like she was gone, and then she was back, and then he didn't have his kneecaps anymore. It's pretty impressive. You see,
We all just stare him down, I
you
think.
see, he's oblivious to your stares as he's kind of like making his way to Grisman and is start looking through his pockets. Like honestly, like it was pretty impressive. He pulls out a coin purse.
Is there evidence in that coin purse, cleric man?
My name's Daffod.
Daffod?
And there is some very shiny evidence that I will be happy to hold on to for now. And he kind of swings it around and like puts it in his
Whatever.
pocket.
If it's just coin in there, then yeah, you deserve it. Thank you for helping me.
Hey. Don't know why he did finger guns, but that is his character.
I start trying to lift Guzman up on my back and use a rope to tie. I'm like, I've been here before.
Oh god.
To tie him on. And I'm like, whether we go to Velos or we check out his office, we're not gonna let him out of our sight. If somebody can help me with this double knot.
You pretty easily lift this small gnome onto your shell. And does anyone help her tie him on?
Sure. Yeah.
Yep, easily. Hikari comes up and helps tie it on, and once again, the cleric Daffod is just like, guys are wild. Oh my god.
And as I'm sort of helping tie up Grossman, I begin speaking. So I'm thinking there obviously is some kind of a business arrangement with whatever this place is and Anders. And while Vickers doesn't seem to be all there, perhaps he's seen things, heard things. I'm thinking maybe Anders helped smuggle in exotic beasts for this fighting pit, and perhaps one of these creatures got loose, the one that's been causing all of these deaths. And knowing corruption and rich people, they don't want their secrets exposed. And so when he found out that we were snooping around trying to get to the bottom of what all this was, he figured it was probably best that he eliminated us as a threat to cover his own tracks. And so he hired the muscle or assassins from this criminal entity to take us out. And I'm thinking Anders may be behind smuggling in some of these creatures, maybe.
What are we doing?
Anders
I don't
is
think-
a piece of shit. I'm just gonna put that out there for you guys. If you're gonna
He is a
avoid
piece of
working with
shit.
him, if you're gonna avoid working with him, do so. Never had a pleasant moment with that man.
I thought that was Alana. I was like,
I've tried to keep the accent close to my own this time.
I'm sorry. It wasn't that it was a bad accent. It's just in my mind's eye, the cleric had walked away, and so when you started talking, there was only the DM left, and I was like, wow, Alana's like really like made
Really
a terrible
opinionated on
NPC
this
that-
character, yeah.
she feels really strong about this character.
Yeah.
I got so confused just then. It's like, this is really whoa.
That's hilarious.
I don't think either Hikari or Solace would notice, but while Hikari was talking, Solace has just like had this internal this
Geema?
thought
Geema.
of just being like, oh, who
You
am
referred
I?
yourself as-
You're Geema.
You referred to yourself as Solace.
It's because Solace is so cool.
I am Solace. I
Yeah.
am Solace.
One day. Remember, my axe looks like Solace's axe at the moment.
It does.
I
Um,
cover.
She's just like, I am out of my element. These two people are so cool and so smart. And
That's what you mean? No.
and I just don't know. This is really impressive. But I can carry the unconscious dude, and that's important too. I look at Solace and Hikari like back and forth, and I'm like, oh, no, I just realized whatever the answer is, there's still a thing out there. There's something out there.
That is true.
Deal with that when it comes up.
Maybe Guzman can give us a lead on where to look for it, but we shouldn't wake him up here. We should wake him up with backup.
You want to loot his office, though?
Good
Let's
idea.
loot his office.
Let's lead his office.
Do you want to come with us, Stafford?
If you're looting the boss man's office, I've got to be there to see it. So, sure. One sec. And he kind of jumps over the balcony and he starts wrapping up the slard hand, the creature's hand. He's just like, why wouldn't I take this?
I don't know.
He starts wrapping it. It's quite a large hand, but he starts wrapping it up. And it's like, I mean,
Ace is already walking down the tunnel.
he gets
I'm
up
following.
expecting to speak to Solace, and she's gone, and he's like, it turns to Hikari. It's like, look, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole place was rigged to explode or something. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of gold here. So, keep an eye out. You look pretty shrewd. You look like you can find some things.
Yeah.
Cool. I like you.
All right.
Cool. Gives you a slap on the back and kind of like marches off after Solace. Tries kind of like skip steps to catch up with Solace a bit, and is walking behind.
Oh dear.
As we're walking, could I have a quick side with Stafford?
He's going away, but you can absolutely grab him back.
Okay.
It's like, Solace, yeah.
What can you tell me about Anders besides that he's just a very bad man?
There are people that have money, like people with money, and they can be decent people, and they can share the money, and they can be, kind, and still, be rich, but still be kind people. Anders is the opposite of that. He has so much money, and is such a dick to everyone he meets. And I don't deal with that type of people, okay? People with money, fine. People that are dicks with money, no. Just what's the point? What's the point of having money and being a dick all the time? Share the wealth around is what I say. He also cheats at Dragon's Dice, okay?
Oh.
And that is something
Yep.
I cannot abide by.
Cheaters, yeah. Cheaters never prosper.
Oh, if you're gonna gamble honestly.
Yeah.
What's the point?
That's yeah. That's a
Love this
great
guy.
way to look at it, yeah. Your moral compass is on straight, that's for sure.
Yeah. Make an insight check.
Let's see here. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh wow. Both 20s.
Both 20s?
Hey!
When you
Dirty 20.
when you say your moral compass is on straight, there's a flicker of kind of the best way you could read it is probably a bit of guilt in his eyes. But he smiles his way through it. He's like, cool, we're on the same page then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be upfront here.
Please.
Is this place connected with the Myriad at all? With the Myriad?
He's gonna roll to see how much he kind of knows about it. Or how much he wants to share. He's like, you really don't want to be saying that around here. You really don't want to be saying that in the city.
I know I don't.
For your own protection, okay? And for mine, truthfully. Like, you know, why don't we just tell people I died here? That might be easier, actually.
Yeah, it's worked for me before.
I knew I liked you. We'll figure it out later, but you don't want to be throwing that around, okay? I'm a nice guy, but some people not so nice.
I can see that, yeah. Anyway, oh, here's the office.
Woo! So you guys do make your way through the tunnels as you are carrying Guzman on the back of your shell. You do pass multiple doors along the way, so it's up to you if you guys want to check these out or not. So you do pass at one point, Solace, the door where you had run out to chase Guzman from the tunnel. Like when you went through, it appeared to be like a storeroom, and there were like chests and crates and things like that. So I don't know if you want to search that room or not. Then you also find Guzman's office, and there is another door opposite exactly, kind of right behind it. But you guys make
Any sign?
Great.
Sorry.
Hey.
Any sign of the guard who I told to piss off?
No, he left. You see there is that small trail of blood kind of like making his way back up the steps of what you assume to be the guy that had his axe, someone put an axe in him.
It was me.
Yeah. And yeah, he's just like, all right, I'm out. And like, yeah, he slowly dragged his way out of the bar. But no, you guys,
no guards in sight.
No guards in sight at this point.
Okay.
But you see, as you're walking up, Daffod's like, I'm just gonna check this room, and he runs into one of the storerooms behind you as you guys make your way to Grisman's office. It's a bit of a mess at this point because there was a bit of a scuffle. You did flip the table, and that's when he stabbed you.
Yeah.
So there is.
I also dragged my axe along the wall.
Yep. There is a very nice like scratch mark all along the wall, but this is a very damp office. There is almost like this perpetual trickle of water down the dark walls. But yeah, you guys can, if you're searching for things, if you're looking around, you do see there are like numerous amounts of small chests and pouches and books. So you guys can make investigation checks if you would like to search his room, his office.
Solace, did you do all of this?
Yeah.
How long were we out for?
A while. I got a 12 investigation.
Well, okay.
God, even with advantage, I only got a 5.
Yeah, I got exactly a 5.
Why am I doing good?
12's okay. 12's okay. Because you've essentially tossed the place already, most of the stuff is kind of just laying about. There's nothing that's been secretly hidden. The main things you notice are a chest that was situated under his desk and looks like it's bolted down. You noticed some gems that kind of flew out, and in particular there is this large blue-looking mineral rock that has this kind of like fuzz around it, almost like a glow around it. You find in the desk drawer that has flung out of the room this lovely pair of leather gloves, and with a 12. And you also find a things that catch your interest. There's this like embroidered leather pouch with like a big G on it.
I take that too.
Yeah. And perhaps most oh wait, no, yeah, that's it. That's it for now.
Okay, so some gems and leather glove and a leather pouch.
Yes.
And blue, specifically a blue mineral.
Yes. You can make
Could
a nature check if you like to determine what it is.
A geology check.
Geology check.
Geology. Oh, hello.
I love geometry.
Nature's intelligence, right?
Yeah.
That's a +0 for me. No, I have a +3 on nature. Wah! I got a 19.
19, easy. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. It's lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli, however you want to say it.
You can use that for enchanting in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say that. I was playing Minecraft before we started. I got 3 gems and one of them was a lapis. Is that what it was?
The lapis is the only one that kind of stands out. There are like,
okay.
You wager probably about maybe 400 gold's worth of gem that is just scattered in the room if you want to spend the time to pick it up.
In the real world, you can crush it to make a pigment. It's blue with silver flecks in it.
How you get
Just
the
saying.
blue on Egyptian mummies sarcophagus.
Could I do another investigation sweep, but instead of looking for like evidence or information, I'm doing a more like a sneaky search, looking for like
You want to look for
hidden
something?
levers, switches,
Go for it.
false doors, whatever's, all
Go
that
for it.
stuff. All right. Jesus. Okay, so 17 total.
17, yeah. 2 things that probably catch your attention. Towards the back of the room, so you guys walk in, at the back of the room to the left in the corner, you see the faintest string of light under one of the walls. Excuse me. And also, when Solace points out the chest to you, you look at the chest and you can see at the back of the chest, which would normally be hidden by the back of the desk, what appears to be this very thin, very very thin, hard to see, but you kind of catch it, wire that comes from the back of the chest to a hole in the ground. And you kind of piece together a little bit with your knowledge that this is likely a trapped chest.
Yeah. Careful with that chest. It is rigged to do very bad things if disturbed.
I like to think that you said that just as Geema is about to open the chest. Like, yeah.
You've seen these sorts of things before. You think, like, you've got a general idea of maybe how to even disable this if you wanted to. But yeah, that's what you see.
I am proficient in thieves' tools.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
Do I have thieves' tools, though?
You don't.
Oh.
You
I do
bought a woodcarver set instead of thieves' tools.
I bought a woodcarver set.
We'll
We've
fix
been here
that.
before.
Yeah.
We'll fix that.
You can still do a regular check if you so wish.
Do we want to see what's inside this chest?
Can you not the microphone, please?
Oh, hi, Bubba's.
Oh, puppy.
Yeah.
Oh, big puppy. Big puppy. I want to see what's in there. I want to take everything this guy has.
Can I ask you I don't know what question this is, but like the pit. To get to the pit, we walk downstairs. Is that right?
So you were in the bar, you walk down a set of stairs.
Yeah.
If you're walking down that hallway, to your right is the office you're currently in. To the left is another door. And then you kind of follow along the pathway. There's another storeroom, which is what Daffod ran into, and then there is the main pit. I'm not sure. Okay, Kira was frozen for me for a second.
I was frozen. I was all alone. So sorry. And then you walk down the tunnel. That's as far as I got.
So you walk down the tunnel. There's the two rooms when you first come in, Grisman's office, and another room you haven't explored yet. As the tunnel arcs, there's a room off to the left that Daffod ran into, and then at the end of the tunnel is where it opens into the antechamber and the pit and the seating area.
I guess I'm more wondering if there's a sense that this is what was under the or like if like can I get a sense of
make
like
an intelligence check just to see how well you can kind of triangulate your distance and your movements and
be smart. 13.
It's kind of tricky. The best you can probably work out is that as you're trying to figure it out, you're like, maybe I can't. Well, where's the shed? It's a bit. But then you start thinking of how you entered the bar and how it was kind of situated on the water, and then the direction you went, and you do piece together. You're likely underwater right now.
We are underwater.
Yeah, you can't quite figure out if the shed connects to this at all, but you do work out we're probably underwater. We're probably under like the ocean at the moment.
Wild.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I can attempt to disarm this trap. I don't know what will happen if I fail, so I would advise everyone else to leave the room for your own safety. Or you can stay, I mean, so I don't die alone if things go
I'd
wrong.
stay in the
You're
room,
not
but
gonna die.
I fold up into my shell with the full knowledge that Guzman is on top of my shell.
Oh god.
I'm like, I'll stay. I'm like right beside Hikari, but I like fold all the way into my shell.
Ace is just gonna walk forward and try to push Hikari behind her and open the chest.
Oh, you're just gonna open it?
Yeah.
Are you opening it from the back or the front?
I don't know. Where was Hikari?
Hikari would have probably been at the back to attempt to disarm it. So if you do that and then kind of open it from the back, make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
And Hikari's just like, what?
9.
9? Okay. Okay. You take 12 points of acid damage as this spray kind of sprays up in all directions. Make a dexterity saving throw for me with advantage, Hikari. Because you are also kind of in the same area.
Okay. Oh, 13.
13. You take half of that. What did I say? 12. So you take 6 points of acid damage. And I also need you to roll a D10 for me, Solace.
4.
4? Okay. I've got to do some quick math. Oh god, why did I include math in my game? 1 second. So you kind of get sprayed with, you're sprayed with a bunch of... Oh my god, I'm trying to talk and do math. I'm such an idiot. Why did I do math? Okay.
Cancel math.
Okay.
That's all math.
Who needs math? Okay, cool. So the acid kind of sprays out, and it's like, it stings. It really stings. But then it
I'm
eventually...
pushing through and going to reach inside.
Yeah, it eventually
keep going.
dissipates, and you see the chest in front of you. Bits of acid is still kind of dripping out. You see a large stack of coins in here. You see a large amount of platinum. You do see that an amount of it has been destroyed by this acid. Make a perception check for me.
13.
13. But you also do notice on the lid of the chest, like in the inset, what appears to be a large book has been tucked up in there, and it seems unharmed by the acid. But if you collect the coin, you find that there's 360 platinum pieces. That is left undamaged. The rest is kind of useless.
Ace. Ace is gonna. Fuck! And she turns around and walks out.
You walk out of the room, and you hear the sound of whistling as you kind of look to your right, and you see Daffod walking up the hallway with a skip in his step, and he's holding this long tube-like instrument. He's just like, look what I found! Make an intelligence check for me. See if you know what this is.
An oboe?
I got a natural 1, so I rolled
Didgeridoo?
again. I rolled again. And I got a intelligence 7.
A 7? You've never seen this thing before, but it's this long kind of tube that then splays out a bit at the tip, and there's this wooden attachment at the base of it. And he's just like, this is pretty cool.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, very, abruptly.
Yeah. You look fucked.
Yeah, I'm fucked. You're not gonna tell anybody about this, huh? I figure for your own safety, but just double checking to make sure I don't have to smash anyone else's kneecaps.
Oh my god, no. Look, I'm as fucked as you guys are right now, so I'm not gonna tell anyone else here. I was just saying to the other one before, tell them I'm dead. Honestly. Okay. God, I'm getting out of this town the second I can. But I'm keeping this boomstick with me.
Fair. I don't know what that is. Fair enough. That's fine. I believe you. Thank you again for helping me. And maybe I'll calm down later, but just know that right now, if you do anything to hurt me or my friends, I'm going to rip you apart. And she walks the rest of the way down the hallway.
I believe you. He shouts out. He's gonna, as you're kind of walking away, you feel like a bit of this cooling energy around you, and he's gonna throw a healing word your way.
I'm such a dick to this guy.
I like him a lot.
I like him a lot too.
You heal for 17 points.
Thank you.
As he chucks a 3rd level healing word your way.
The internet cut out for me for just a second. When the treasure chest opened and we found platinum and we found that book, Solace found the book, and then it kind of jumped for me, and then you swore. Did you take the book?
Yeah. So
I didn't take anything.
It's kind of there. Hikari, you see what's there. Solace kind of leaves. But yeah, these things are there for you to take if you so wish. Let me know what you take or what you don't take, so I can keep track of it.
I will take the platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll distribute that at some point, and then I'll look at the book. I'll take the book, but I want to just open like a random page, like a random couple pages, just to see what
Yep.
is in it.
So you open it up and you see, first of all, it is this leather-bound book. It has the initials LG on the front cover. And as you open it up, there's just like lines and lines of what looks to be almost like stock take of... It's almost like a trading ledger. You see information of equipment, you see information of food and drink, all kind of signed off to like the Fiend's Find Tavern. Make an investigation check as you're flicking through the pages.
Okay. And this might lead into it, but I'm gonna start, if some of these things are dated, I'm gonna look for dates like within the past like week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months.
Sure.
So investigation, you said?
Investigation.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural 20,
Woo!
so 21.
Nice. Yeah, so you're flicking through, and as you're kind of thumbing through the pages, very keen, like, this sounds weird, very deft with your hands, but you do pick up that some of the pages are slightly thicker than others. And as you're kind of open them, you find one that is this kind of thick page, and you just thumb it gently at the corner, and it splits. And you see that some of these pages in this book are stuck together with something. But they very definitely open up with a little bit of pressure. But it's almost indiscernible. You would think that, like, this would be hard to notice on any day, but damn, I'm good, I found it. But yeah, you managed to, like, peel back some pages. And these pages that you peel back, they're a little bit different. These talk more about exotic animals and fighters. You start seeing names. Make one more intelligence check for me, because some of this is in code. You're reading and you're like, this is a bit like... Yeah, it's not in plain common, necessarily.
Would I have advantage because of some sneaky stuff? Is this sneaky code?
I'll say that there are aspects of Thieves' Cant in this, yeah. Okay.
19.
Yeah, you start picking up different points of this ledger. Towards the back, where you assume the more recent stuff is, you start picking up things that you assume Gruzman has written. Like, a lot of this is in... a lot of the ledger information, a lot of the tavern stuff is written in quite neat print, but it turns more cursive and more personalized handwriting towards the back. And you start seeing notes, and some of the things you pick up on are almost like a diary entry. You see... deliveries 2 and 3 due to be completed within the next week. They will make 12 rubies and 4 sapphires so far. Emerald still eludes us. Must seek a mage for more testing. We lost 1 ruby last week, but when it found its way into Gerog's pit. I can also send you all this, so you don't need to worry about taking notes. It's got Hieta will not be pleased, but it can be replaced with enough time. Further down, you see one says, Rollo's body cannot be attained. Currently in Sunfall's Sanctuary Crypt. Agents reported the transport of it there and noted severe burn and scorch marks, indicating that the Shadow of Pelor was involved again. Need an agent within the Sanctuary to chase the Shadow away for good, bring up with Recruiter. You pick up a word that stands out to you is apricots, which you remember is Anders' store. It says, Apricots needs security detail. Drunken elf seen harassing the guards. Must ensure warehouse remains locked down. And then with your super high intelligence roll before, the names start coming to you now. You see Jaina, and you see Ruida, and you see Susanna, and these are the names that you recognize as the bodies.
The missing people.
And it's almost like a tally, like a score sheet. But there are more names above them. And after Jaina's name, there's 3 names that you don't recognize, but they're written in the book. And man, yeah, you got really good investigation. You kind of flip to the back of the book, and there's a letter tucked there on the back page of the book. It's this very... It's almost like that, like, as a kid, you would get that parchment paper that's, like, got flower petals and shit in it. Like, you know, that, like, really... really fancy looking paper, and it's got this kind of very strong scent to it. But yeah, there's a letter. Would you like to read the letter?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you so you can read it out loud.
Oh shit.
I'll send it to you on Discord. It's up to you if you want to read it out loud, but that is
Okay.
the letter that you receive.
Geema, there's a letter in here, and there's a lot of information here that I think we all should hear. I think we should find Solace. Solace.
You turn and you see Daffod's in the doorway. Make a intelligence check with advantage, Hikari, as you see him holding this thing in his arms. She's like, Solace went that way. Like he's pointing behind his shoulder, but he's holding this instrument.
As he push past him.
17.
17. You've seen this before maybe once or twice. They're pretty rare. You just know that, like, you don't know the name of it. You've seen maybe a high-ranking guard in Zadash with this before, and it is a death stick. You point it at someone, and then they take damage somehow. It's a big old gun. This guy's found himself a musket. And he's just standing, he's like, she went that way. Like, what's going on in here? What'd you find? Anything good?
Do you know what that is?
I've seen it used once, and I'm going to recreate it when I get the chance. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You put some stuff in here, and then you just
Yep.
like start swinging it around the room.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep. I totally know how it works. Just don't point the blasty end towards your friends.
No worries, and he kind of just slings it on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I go after I go where he pointed and go find Solace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will hand him. I will also push past. Like you can search this place if you want, but it's pretty much picked, and I
Sure.
will take out 20 platinum
Cool.
and
Just
palm
like,
it to him as I pass him.
not bad. He kind of pockets it. And you guys start making your way down the hall. You do hear a little bit from the hall, like, what the fuck happened to this coin? As you guys continue your way down the hall. Solace, where do they find you? Have you made your way back towards the pit, or, like, towards the exit?
My God.
I'd say
I
think you were heading in the direction of the pit, like you were kind of just getting away from the room a bit.
Yeah, I don't think she knew where she was going.
Yeah, you do eventually find her. She's about halfway to the pit, kind of near the open door where that tunnel was, that you initially came out of. And you see, it's been torn apart. This room, Daffod made short work of it. You see all the chests are open, all the crates are kind of smashed. This like lovely display place where you imagine this gun would have been held up has been ripped off the wall. But yeah, this place looks trashed.
As I walk up past, like, just like shoulder to shoulder with Solace, I'm like pulling my cloak over the top of Guzman, just trying to pretend like I just have a really big shell, a really bumpy shell, because my shell, like my game shell, is like really flat, and so I'm pretending I'm like a turtle with a big bumpy shell.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm like, Solace, we can just keep walking. We can just get out of here. Do you want to get out of here?
I'm fine with whatever. I don't know what we're doing. I'll do it.
Yeah,
Whatever's-
but I'm sort of
whatever we're doing.
asking to work out what you need, not what you're fine.
I don't need anything. I'm cool.
Geema just decides that the best thing for Solace is to get out of here anyway, and just starts beelining for the oh no, I'm frozen. Oh no, I'm
It's
back.
okay.
Beelining for the. My internet's so bad today. It's so bad.
It's like
I'm
we can
enjoying.
even when you freeze, we can still hear you, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can take a rest. We can go somewhere quiet and get out of this terrible place.
I don't care. I think that whatever we do, we need to make sure that he doesn't escape again. He's slippery. Maybe we take him to Valos. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't want
straight.
to I don't want to deal with him anymore.
Let's go straight to Velos. Let's do it.
And as we're like making our way out, I'm just gonna like put a hand on Solace's shoulder and just say, I don't know what happened when we were out, but seeing what was around us, the dead creatures and Grosman, I know that you did what you had to do, and we're still alive and here because of it. So, thank you.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Wow.
Let's clean ourselves up.
Cool. You guys begin to make your way out. Daffod joins you. He's kind of like trailing a little bit like a puppy. As you guys are like walking. Are you taking the stairs? You're gonna just go back up through the stairs to the pub?
I don't think we know another
Following
way.
whoever's in.
Yeah.
I'm following whoever's in front.
Yeah, started going up the stairs.
Yeah, and you see like Daph's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold back. You guys check it's okay. The barman doesn't like me, so fuck. Oh shit! And he pulls his hood back up over him, and you see he kind of hides the gun in his cloak. He's just like, just get out real quick. Okay, that's the plan. Where are we going
Good
after
job.
that?
Yeah.
We?
You got me involved in this. Like what? You just
You're in it now.
you guys
We need
leaving
to
the
head to
city?
the
Like,
sanctuary.
sanctuary.
The sunfall.
Oh, Pelor, the Temple of Pelor.
Yes.
Fine, let's do that.
Sunny man.
So, that's great.
I love this guy. Oh, I love this guy.
You guys are funny. Alright, okay. Fuck, focus. This could be bad.
Yes.
Geema hasn't thought too much about it. She's a lumpy turtle. She's heading through the door. Like, there's no plan.
As you're
She's
heading
just
to the door,
leaving.
you hear Dev's like, there could be guards. Oh, fuck. And you enter back into the tavern where you initially came in through here, the Fiend's Fin Tavern. When you first came through here, you recognized that there was a barman and there was probably about 2 or 3 sailors. There was 3 sailors, sorry. 3 sailors surrounding the bar. As you come up now from the steps, you see the place looks deserted. The lights are much lower. You see what looks to be guards that reminiscent of the guards that you fought down in the pit, Solace, but these guards are on the ground, unconscious. You see the barman is slumped over the bar, unconscious. And standing in the center of the room, you see a familiar flaming sword as Valos stands there and says, I got your message. Are you okay?
I forgot we sent you a message, and I run up and I try and hug her. Come on.
she takes it. She's just like, oh, your back is so lumpy. What's happened? And you see she's holding a wet, soggy piece of paper. As you did send this bird out in the middle of a rainstorm.
Oh my god,
You guys rolled so well for that bird to make it to her. Like, it is ridiculous how lucky you got with that. And she's just standing there with this paper. She's like, your shell is so strangely shaped. Geema, are you okay?
There's an unconscious man on my shell.
It's what I suppose it's what I've come to expect.
I pull off the. I always bring her dead people on my shell.
Yeah.
God.
I pull off the cloak, and I'm like, it's a good man, and Solace had to fight all by it.
Oh, it's fine as long as you guys are okay. That's
Not okay.
okay, relatively speaking. Who's this? And she points at Daffod. And she kind of like starts to raise the sword. Like,
He's cool.
Yeah.
I'm,
He helped us.
He's weird,
know.
but he's cool.
I
Good heart.
trust
Good heart in this
your
one.
judgment. As she kind of like
Probably unwise, but
extinguishes her
Probably
blade but
unwise.
keeps an eye on Daffod. She's like, well, I took out the ones up here that I could. Is there more for us to do downstairs?
Nope.
yeah, I
Okay.
think we can leave that behind us. But I did find this that you might be able to make sense of, and I'll toss her the journal.
Catches
was
it really
found.
cool midair.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
as she's like flipping through it, I'll like briefly like give her the synopsis of what's inside and like the sneaky pages and all
Sweet,
that stuff,
sweet,
the
sweet.
names, the dates, the.
Do you keep the
all that
letter?
stuff.
Can you
Yes.
remind us, Elena, of what she looks like? Just because it's
So yep. No, absolutely, it's
since
fine. It's
we-
been a little while since we've seen her. So she is currently in her drow form. She wears these thick like black leather and chainmail. She has kind of this pale bluish skin, kind of a dark bluish skin. A little bit different to what you've heard of drows, especially from Jorhas, where they have slightly more like kind of purple, silverish skin. She has this kind of deep blue skin, and grey-white hair that she kind of holds up in a ponytail. But yeah, she's standing there in her full drow form, like she's not disguised herself at all. Which is why she's kind of like curiously eyeing off the new person in the room, gripping her sword a bit, just like, right, well, we can return to the sanctuary if that is something that you wish to do. Did we? She's also looking through the legend. She's like, this is very interesting. We must find this Gruzman, and when we... Oh, wait. She, like, notices the gnome that you've, like, shown her on the back. She's like, is this him?
Yeah.
One and only.
But what about the vicars?
Old.
Very, very old tiefling that is, a bit vacant upstairs.
Right.
To be a puppet.
Okay. And he is where now? I need to just ensure his management.
He left. I don't know where he's gone.
Didn't come up here, that's for sure. I would have seen him. She kind of looks around, like now seeing the people around her.
Did we see which way he walked off?
He walked in the direction of Gruzman's office.
Okay.
You do
Yeah,
remember there is another room opposite Gruzman's office that you guys did not explore. Hint.
Oh my god, he said goodnight. I wonder if that's just his bedroom. He just went to sleep.
He could still be downstairs. I mean, if we want to go down and apprehend him, or if you want to send other agents.
I have support. They can go find him. But for now,
be nice. He seems. Yeah.
I don't think he fully understands what's happening.
I will judge him accordingly based on his assistance to this place. Anyone involved with this place probably isn't worth trusting straight away. Once again, eyeing Dafford in the corner. Who's very closely holding the gun to his side now. It's like he's just like yep, cool. So where to?
Do we want to? There was also something else. There's this letter. Do we want to read it here, or should we wait till we get to the sanctuary?
I would feel much safer if we can get this guy that I'm currently carrying on my back and could wake up at any time. If we could get him physical and magical barrier, that'd be super.
Yeah. You see Valor says, we're going to spend more time analyzing this book, so perhaps we can do it back at the sanctuary. Very good.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alright. And she...
And,
oh, yeah.
I was just gonna say, as we leave, I don't know if Valis is doing something before we leave, but as a little flavor thing, as they leave, I can't remember, I think it was at this bar where Hikari saw the little symbol, like the off-limits symbol.
Yeah, it was at the front of the bar, at the front of the door, the entrance to the place, yeah.
Yeah. I will carve quickly something next to it.
Mm-hmm.
A symbol meaning like compromised.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Yeah, you can decide what that looks like later if you like. But yeah, so there is a symbol now that you know would relate to people that this is a compromised building. Great. You guys make your way through the city with Valos. You get to see Valos a little bit in action here as she is darting from shadow to shadow, and she almost disappears completely in some aspects, where you lose her for a second, but then just a slight glint of her hair catches as she kind of makes herself known to you again. Everyone just make a stealth check for me as you're making your way through the city, just to see how well you're kind of keeping a low profile.
Actually, can I? if we're sticking close by and we're trying to lay low, I'll do a spend 2 key points to do pass without a trace.
Nice. Yeah, so everyone gets
And
plus
sort of
10.
whisper some elven stuff, and almost like reach up towards the moon and sort of pull down its shadows to offer some shade and stuff.
Yeah.
Very good and cool.
Very good and cool.
So you get a plus 10 to your stealth roll.
Yeah.
That takes me up to a 21.
Let me roll
Takes
for...
me to a 12 because I
Oh.
rolled a natural 1 and then I re-rolled and I got the halfling natural 1, which is a 2.
Oh no!
Oh no! What?
Ace is just walking.
I got 33.
God
You
damn.
beat Valos.
Hell yeah.
Valos got 28. Let's see how well our
Yo.
boy Daffod does.
Oh no!
Oh, Daffod.
Oh, I need to get rid of that. Oh, he's got a plus 1. He's doing okay. So that's 10 plus, and he got 20. Dirty 20.
Go.
He's doing okay.
Better
Yeah, he pulls
than
his hood up.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys, what was your total, Solace?
Well.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fine.
wait a minute. Hold on. I actually have a bonus to stealth. I forgot. It was 14 total.
Okay, yeah, fine. You guys are fine as you make your way through the city. You feel like no one's really paying attention. It's still raining, so a lot of people are inside, and yeah, the streets are pretty empty. It's pretty late in the evening now as well. Excuse me. But yeah, you guys, after some time, make your way into, oh my goodness, into the Sunfall Sanctuary. And Valos says, if I may, I will find a more suitable place than your shell for this man.
Please. I am very tired, and it's I have to untie it.
Yeah, she helps you untie him, and she's like, and I do believe it goes without saying that we don't share his location with anyone. We are not strictly a holding facility, and this would look bad in the eyes of the congregation if they knew we were keeping an unwanted guest.
Speaking of...
What guest?
Oh, right,
Yes.
that. Speaking of, though, for the non-existent guest, I don't know what kind of, like you said, this is a temple, not a prison, so I don't know what kind of holding situation you got there, but
Officially
be careful.
not a prison.
Oh, concerning to hear. What I'm trying to say is he's slippery.
Okay,
Just don't let him get away.
I appreciate
Please.
that. And she, you're welcome to go with her, but she starts making her way down where, you know, the crypts are, and secures Grisman there. I mean, I may as well just roll to see how well she secures him. But it's pretty hard to fuck that up. Yeah, she secures Grisman, down in the crypts. And you guys are now here. You have access to Valos here if you wish to speak to her. She does still have the ledger. Hikari, you still have the letter.
Yes.
It's up to you guys what you would like to do currently with this newfound information and also newfound companion who is kind of like just standing in the temple like, it's pretty nice. It's very clean.
Yeah.
Why are you still
wonder
here?
how-
Me? Why am I still here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, saw some interesting people come in and thought, heck, why not make a story out of it?
Cool, but you were like, oh, I better get out of the city really fast. 'cause
Yeah, well,
now
it's
I've stolen all
raining.
this stuff.
It's raining right now, and the rain does things to my hair, and I don't really want to be out. So, you know, I could stick around a day or
I
two.
can relate to that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't relate to that.
You don't
I
have
feel like you have
hair.
a lot of
You don't have any
interesting
hair.
stories.
You know, find your shell gets a little bit, you know, unwaxed when...
I think you should maybe quit while you're ahead there, bud.
That's not a strong suit of mine. Believe me.
I kind of am looking back and forth from Hikari and Solace being like, somebody else want to deal with, like, okay.
Oh, please, I won't get in your way. I'm just... Look, I don't even know your names. Like, I know this is Solace. She's pretty cool, but, you know, I'm just gonna
Alright,
sit down.
well,
He just goes sits down in a pew and, like, starts
Okay.
making a little bed for himself with his coat.
Wait, you can't sleep in here.
She didn't say I couldn't. He like tucks in.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know.
Plug in the
I don't know. He's cool, I think. I threatened him several times, and he still healed me several times, and he's yet to do anything untoward, and he unpetrified you guys, so I'm fine with him. I think it's fine.
He probably likes being around people who are strong. You've probably got yourself a pet now.
I have no idea how to respond to that.
We already have too many pets back at our inn.
Oh god, our pets.
Shit. Every time I forget about the animals. It's only been a day. You guys were there this morning. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yo.
You can totally
Kind of
leave
want to.
2 monkeys
I
unattended
feel
for a
like-
day.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like I'm imagining just like putting my face in what's the bunny's name? Miss
Dolly.
Dolly.
Dolly, yeah.
Dolly's fur. And it's sorry, I just felt a positive emotion. I sit down on a pew.
No, positivity is a good thing. It's a good thing. Do we want to see what this letter says?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
All right.
Please read from the letter. I don't know, I felt like because we were in a church. I was going for a thing and it didn't. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It didn't land.
Let's see. So Hikari will like sit down near like a candle, like a candelabra, wherever there's light, crisscross applesauce.
Yeah. One sec.
Um,
I just want to double check something. I'm just sending you a quick message, Nico.
oh, okay.
Just double check that for me.
Secrets.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't remember if that was a character choice or not. I was just like, wait, all good.
Are you
Okay.
asking if
Yes.
if Hikari could read?
It was. I had a thought. I was like, I thought there was a character choice there. It's okay. It's all good. Hikari.
Might
did
have
it.
been
Did I
a
say
me
Hikari
thing?
couldn't read?
I think that might have been Ace.
Oh, maybe.
Well, like not that she
Someone
can't read, but that she never really like paid a lot of mind. So it's kind of just like
Fair.
I think that was me.
Fair. Yeah. All good.
Yeah. I'm pretty. Yeah. Okay.
That's so funny.
That is funny. Okay. So Hikari takes a deep breath. And begins reading the letter. Kindest of regards to the esteemed Laurel Grossman. At least we got his first name. We take great pride in your satisfaction with your most recent delivery. We trust the samples are to your renowned standards. As a show of shared prosperity, we have included with this shipment a case of vials that will help reduce the effects of this particular sample's ability. Please use sparingly, and only in case of accidental petrification. Alas, though your partnership has been deemed a great success with my lord, it is my deepest regret to inform you that this agreement is now void. My lord wishes you the best of fortune in your endeavors and understands a cease in partnership may come as a surprise. But they are more than confident in your ability to adapt, and as such request that no further communication be exchanged amongst our offices. Your humble servant, Hikari pauses. Gwenlava Gallier, emissary of the Pale Crown.
There is also a date on this, and you estimate that this is dated about 6 months prior. That's 6 months ago.
Anybody know who the hell that is?
Hikari just keeps rereading that name.
Does anybody know what the Pale Crown is? Does anyone know what the like? Do we know anything? Do we know anything?
Make an intelligence check for me, Solace, and Geema, if you would like to as well. I feel like Hikari, you're good.
Ah.
Yeah.
Intelligence, 14.
Oh, actually, you know what? This would be more wisdom, because this is kind of like trying to access a memory. Sorry, so we'll make it wisdom.
14.
14, yeah.
It's still 14.
Geema? Oh, can't hear you, Akira.
Are you
Oh,
muted?
you're muted.
18.
18. I'd say Solace, not so much. You're a bit too hyper-focused on other things at the moment. Geema, you have the slightest bit of recognition. It's kind of hard. You remember someone recently bringing up this name. Who was it? You can't... Was it maybe when you're on the boat it came up, but you can't quite remember exactly. You feel like it sounds familiar because you remembered it sounded a bit funny and you had fun time trying to pronounce it before, but...
Wait, but in real life?
In real life? Yeah, you've heard...
Hikari,
Did somebody really already say it in the game before?
yes.
Yes.
Hikari.
Oh my god, wait,
sort of-
I remember. Sorry, keep going.
Hikari like stares off like into the fire light, just like watching it dance a little bit, sort of reflecting across their violet eyes. Yeah, Captain Tom, I think it was,
Who?
mentioned Gwen Lava.
Oh, the one that had met your folk before.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently
What?
Gwen Lava owes her something, owes her money.
Is this your people?
I don't know that I have people.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Hikari.
17.
17. You get there's just the briefest kind of flash of recognition of you didn't even know it, but for some reason now you do kind of have this sense of recognition of when you read Pale Crown, you get this image just flash in your brain of this almost like driftwood crown that is stark white, almost like interlocking pieces of driftwood that form a crown. You don't see a face, you don't see any kind of relation to it, but you just have this almost like a stinging flash of a memory of just like, oh, that's unsettlingly, oh god, it's unfamiliar, it's suddenly familiar in an unsettling way. Yeah. But yeah, that's what you get from it.
Oh, okay. I don't fully know what to make of this.
It's good news, right? It's good news. They stopped. Things got too violent or too out of hand, and so then they stopped trading. That's good. They realized Guzman was a piece of shit.
But when did the bodies stop?
Do you think this was the shipment that had something? We've not worked out what the creature is yet, have we?
No, but this
Did
was
we-
from 6 months ago.
Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just trade.
Maybe.
He gave them... Whoever wrote the letters... The letter
Also, yeah, I'll
is where they
There's
got
the
the
letter.
basilisk from. Because those vials that he was talking about,
yes.
that's what we used to unpetrify you guys. The wording of the letter makes it sound like they didn't know it was going to be used for fighting, but I can't trust that. The letter was sent 6 months ago. We found the body with the worm like what, a week ago, if that.
You're looking at
Not even.
closer to like 3 weeks ago. Like
3
2 to
weeks.
3 weeks ago, yeah.
So they don't
that was-
seem connected.
I don't know. I'm not the smart one, but maybe it's leftovers from what they were given and they were saving them, or maybe
Maybe.
they went to like a different source and that source was even more unstable.
That's exactly
That
what I'm
sounds
thinking.
like, yeah.
They were desperate to find a new
Supplier.
sponsor or supplier. Yes.
And they
Maybe that
went
was Anders.
too far into the black market and got something they couldn't control.
I think we need to talk to Grossman.
Yeah.
I agree.
Are you gonna be okay to talk to Grossman?
I'm fine.
Solace?
I'm
You
fine
keep on saying that. You keep on saying that, but I don't believe you.
because I'm fine.
Okay.
If she
Let's go talk
says
to
if she
Grossman.
says she's fine, she's fine. You hear kind of coming from the pew, like
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, Daffy.
nope. Oh, fuck. Don't let that stick, please. No, God. Fuck.
It's gonna stick, Daffy.
I
like Daffy.
I would
like Daffy.
respond with a quip of your name, but I still don't know them. So
Hikari.
okay. Thanks, Hikari.
Think of okay, there you go. I was gonna say think of a quip real quick, but you did it. That was kind of impressive.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, you guys should get some sleep. You're pretty fucked up.
No one's listening to you, and I walk back down the stairs to wake
No one
up.
ever does. He kind of like turns
I
back to go to sleep.
actually do agree with that rest sentiment. I don't know if I don't think I'm in a stable enough position, a 5 HP position, to have a conversation.
You've been at 5
With
this whole
Grossman.
time. Oh no! Oh my god. Hey, I'm whatever you guys want to do.
I think
You'll have to run to catch up with me. I'm sorry. I'm already started going.
Kima's down the stairs. Sorry.
Geema with the rest.
Geema. Okay. Well,
Grossman is not going anywhere. Geema. So I'm like running,
Yeah,
limping.
you run up and you catch up with Geema. And you guys can decide if you want to rest here in the sanctuary. You still have your room, of course, across town. It's up to you guys what you would like to do.
How about you two go back to the room and see to the animals, and I like wide eye them, and I'll help guard here because I'm feeling fine. I'll still rest, but I'll just be ready for when he comes to.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I sort of hate the idea of splitting up.
I agree.
I just hate the idea of letting
Especially
this guy
now.
out of our sights.
Then we sleep here.
You hear kind of
I'm
like
okay with
a tapping on wood sound, and you see like closed eyes. Daffod is just patting the pews, like not as bad as you'd think.
I really don't think you're allowed to sleep on those. This is like a place of worship, dude.
I'm worshipping sleep.
Then you should go to the temple of. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if Sun Dad is going to appreciate that.
It's nighttime. What's he gonna do?
Oh wow.
Respect.
Is Valos around? Did she took Grisman down?
She went
Grisman down,
downstairs.
but
You could go find her if you like.
I just don't want to. I feel like we should ask her where we should sleep.
Yeah, we can check up on.
I'll
That
expedite
place.
this for you if you like. You guys go in search of Valos. You see she is in the downstairs kind of office area. There's a desk with like some torches. It's quite dark down here. So really, Hikari, you can see quite okay. Geema, I don't think Geema, you don't have dark vision, do you?
I don't think so.
No. So Geema and Solace, you guys are struggling a little bit. But it's still lit just enough for you to make your way around. And you speak to Valos about spending the night. She's like, "Oh, I can arrange some sleeping areas for you if you so wish."
Also, the dude that we brought with us, he's kind of just like knocked out on the I didn't knock him out. He's asleep on the pews, and I can get him off of the pews.
I think
if
I can
that's-
manage that. I wish to have
Okay.
a word with him anyway, so...
Oh.
Where's
Weird.
Where's Grossman?
He's in the crypt. Would you like to see?
I'm gonna sleep there.
It's very not comfortable.
I sleep inside my shell.
I can... Okay. And she...
I have no soft external parts.
She leads you to a room where there is, like, very basic kind of cot set up. You see that there are some clerics sleeping there, like, people that work in the temple. It's a much brighter in here. It's a lot more comfortable in here. She does direct you to the crypt where you see... It's adjacent to the part of the crypt where you had inspected the bodies. And it is slightly more oubliette dungeon-like, where there are, like... shackles and things like that, and you see Grisman has been placed inside a cell, laying down quite comfortably on a bed, but still within this locked cell. And she's like, I could arrange.
He's still...
put some bedding for you.
Sorry.
No.
Is he still unconscious?
He is. Yes, he's asleep at this point.
I just wedge myself up against the door, the gate, whatever, of the cell, and I just, like, fold into my shell. And I'm like, I'm good.
I wouldn't recommend keeping your back to him.
I just, like, all four of my legs just pop slightly out of my shell. My head doesn't come out.
Okay.
And I take, like, a couple of side steps.
Yeah.
And then...
oh my god. That's
Suck back in.
That's the best image. Yeah, you give yourself a little bit of space from...
Yeah.
She's like, I'll be checking on him through the night, so don't panic. No one has escaped from here.
We searched him, right? Like, we stripped him of any weapons.
Nope.
Wait, but did they before they put him in the cell?
Yeah. She's like,
Oh, sorry, I thought that was her
so
saying
sorry.
nope.
That was Alana. No, but it's
No,
like,
it's okay.
no, we have relieved him of his possessions.
Okay, cool, because he stabbed me, so I was just checking.
Absolutely. And she points to a desk and there's like 4 daggers on the desk.
Little shit.
But please, and she gestures you to a place where you guys can sleep for the night.
And I will also update her on the new piece of the timeline.
Oh, the letter,
information
yeah.
from the letter. Yeah.
She says, can I borrow this?
Yes, I would like to have it back though once you've...
Of course. I just, to add to my notes is all.
Yeah.
And she returns to her office. And you guys have the night, so you may...
Can I do one more thing with it?
Sure.
Before, like, maybe we can, like, retcon this a little bit.
Hey, sure.
At some point, like, after reading it and stuff, could I maybe go to... knowing Pallet Elves and at least Hikari's connection with the moon, are there like windows in the sanctuary?
Yeah, so it would probably be before you go downstairs. There is like moonlight streaming in through these like stained windows.
In this moment, Hikari's like, this is such a dumb idea, but I'm curious. Hikari's just gonna hold the letter up so the moonlight shines on it, just to see if there's any like hidden
secret writing.
Yeah, like secret writing or anything like that.
It's not necessarily secret writing, but you do see this emblem appears like in the blank space on the paper, almost as if it is designed for this. You do see this emblem of what appears to be this jagged kind of crown. And in the center of it, you see a symbol of the moon. But it is this kind of like almost glowing artificial print that has been stamped on this page. But yeah, it does shine brightly in the moonlight.
Hikari takes mental note of that image and now has a woodworking project. And then now we can fast forward to handing over the letter to Valos.
Yeah, you hand the letter to Valos. Do you tell her about the moonlight trick?
Yes.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, interesting. I'll investigate this. And she leads you to your beds, and you guys are free to sleep if you so wish, unless you want to talk some more. That's okay too.
I guess I know Solace has been fairly reserved since the fighting pit. I would just once more, just like, are you all right, Solace?
Sleep's what I need. And answers.
Okay. I can respect that. Crazy day. Crazy day.
Crazy day.
But I'm here. Geema's here to listen or help alleviate any stress, tensions that you might have from things that we've all been going through.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
And you guys both kind of, in your own beds, lay down for the evening. However long it takes you to fall asleep, you guys eventually settle in and begin your long rest. And we're going to finish our session there. As you guys begin your long rest, you guys have a chance to relax. It was a busy day. This was the day that Oleg left as well, I'd like to point out.
Whoa! Oh my god!
It's been so emotional.
Oleg's only like 2 hours out of the city at this point. Like, it's been a
I wonder what they're doing right now.
It's a busy day. But that's how D&D works. It does spread out over a bit of time. But you guys, sorry?
Sorry, should I click long rest or should I wait until...
No, you guys
You
can do
complete
long
it.
rest. You guys can also go ahead and level yourselves up to level 6.
Oh, what?
Level 6.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you guys have reached level 6, which is real cool for all of you.
I haven't even looked at it.
Me neither. Should we do it now?
Yeah, if you wanna have a look, and you can share if you like what your new features are, but they're all path specific features. So
Hikari, do you still have the Moon Shadow book too, right? I wonder if that's
yeah.
gonna be pertinent.
Shadow.
I do still have
Shadow.
Oh! Oh!
Leaping
I'm
and hopping like a
rolling.
moon shadow, Hikari.
I'm rolling
guess
for my...
It's
Cool.
ridiculous
Point.
how similar what you and Geema get is, and it's going to completely change how we do combat.
I just rolled a 12 for my hit points.
Oh!
Big!
Fuck yeah! That's heroes! Let's go!
Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, do you want to roll for yours,
Wait.
Nico? Roll a d8 for me?
Yes.
Sorry, I kind of jumped the gun there.
No, you're right.
Where's my D8? There it is.
I will never go unconscious again.
2.
2.
2!
Oh, that's okay. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then what's a warlock again?
Bumps me up
I
to
know,
42
I know.
HP.
There we go. D8 for you too, Kiralee.
Yes. Oh, a 7.
Ooh, very
Yeah!
nice. So I think what's our total HP at the moment? Hikari, you just said
42.
42. Not bad. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Kiralee?
53.
53, nice. And Solace?
60.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Dang.
Yeah. So did you guys want to share what you get at 6th level? You're welcome to keep it to yourselves if you like. If you want to reveal it,
I'm down.
go for it.
I'll keep mine a secret, but
Sure.
flavor wise, to give my character like a reason for knowing how to do this, I would say Hikari spent more time like reading the book,
Yeah.
and really practicing like these different forms and this strange like moon magic and stuff
For sure.
to understand how to do this. But that's pretty cool. I mean, I get key empowered strikes where my
Mhm.
unarmed strikes count as magical
Yep.
purposes
Yeah.
altering resistance.
Is
And
this
I
when you
also
can punch
get-
ghosts?
Yeah, I'm a ghost puncher now.
Yes.
And my unarmored movement increases. I can move a bit faster.
Yeah, because that's what
Hell
monks
yeah.
need to be able to move a bit
The
faster.
monk's just gone.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. So you guys can share if you want. If not, that's fine. We can wrap it up.
I
Yeah,
won't
I'm gonna
go
keep
super
mine. I'm gonna
specific.
keep mine quiet. too.
No worries. I
I
thought
will
you
be
guys.
super
we got some
specific.
juicy stuff.
We got some
Yeah.
juice.
I've
got
It's
got an
more
extra
to do with
spell as well,
ghosts.
which helps.
Yeah, you get
Oh,
to pick
hell
an extra
yeah.
spell, which is cool. An extra. Well, it can be whatever level you like, but yeah, that's cool.
And I get more ghosty stuff.
You get more ghost
Hey.
stuff. Yes, I love your ghosts. And now Hikari can punch them. So
Please
Hell
don't punch them.
Hikari can punch your
I've been
ancestors.
waiting for this.
No.
Perfect.
It's like my great
Oh,
uncle, man.
You know what? He earned it. Dafford gets a level up as well.
Dafford.
Because I have been rolling this guy as a character, just for the sake of it. I'm going to roll a d8 for them. 3.
I love this strange man.
You get a 3.
Remy, is he a half elf? Is he a human?
Half elf, yeah.
Half elf, okay.
Half elf, so they got a 3. But yeah, I'm sure they get some cool stuff too. I need to check. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining us. Sorry for the little technical glitch in the middle there, but you know, these things happen. And we deal with them as best we can. But we're so grateful once again for you joining us. Thank you again to all the people for the rating and reviews, for giving us likes, for following us, you know, just engaging with the show as it is. We've often said we would play this game without people watching, but it is really exciting to know that people do watch and people do enjoy it. So yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you're up to, and we'll see you guys all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.